So, if I don't, first of all, who are the Eck Masters, or what?
Okay, so anybody want to ask for a Pedar Zask or Paul Twitchell? He's still active. Fubbi Quantz is the gentleman. I don't want to lay that on him, but Fubbi Quantz is probably the most powerful Eck Master I know. And I would be giving a lecture to 100 people, and he'd pop right here and start talking to me. I'd have to keep with the lecture. I would see him and hear him, but he was trying to get me to be in the now and lecture properly. In other words, you go and talk whatever the people want to hear. You let that flow and we'll work through that. You don't tell them what you want to hear. You listen to what they want to hear. And he taught me that. But, and then another big one from him, and he said to me one day, he said, you know what? If you stop thinking and stop talking, there's nothing you won't know. And I go, I get it.
So can someone today, can someone seek out these individuals?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Go within, go sit yourself in meditation and ask for a Eck Master or your spiritual guide. Make yourselves known. You're available. You now want to put your attention there. That's within yourself.
So you can do it. You don't have to get the yellow pages and
no, you don't have to dial 911 or anything like that. No, and they're probably already watching you anyway, man. That's all I got to tell you, especially our group.
Okay, so I'm with you. So if I stop thinking and stop talking, and if I say, tonight, let's say I'm sitting in my chair, I'm going to say, what should I say?
So you got to get rid of the words if, but, maybe, all those kind of words, because everything is outside. So anything that pulls you outside of the infinite, you want to let that to the side a little bit. And so you want to spend time just opening all your doors, but to a master, because some people are doing that, are pulling, beings to them that are not.
Right. So how do you filter out those? How do you filter out those ones?
That's a good question. All I can tell you is you have to become more conscious, because there's a lot of entities that can attach themselves to you and you don't even know it. It's amazing. Where I was buying my oranges, it was an old Southern Baptist, old man. He showed me where this spaceship came in, picked him up, took him for a ride, and he's talking about this entity he had on his property. And he said, I have my camera right here in his third eye, and I'm listening to him. He's an old Southern Baptist man talking like this, and I'm going, what? And I'm an out-of-body traveler. I'm going, this guy can't be an out-of-body traveler. This is an old Southern Baptist guy, right? So there I learned a lesson, right? So he's talking about this entity. Finally, when kids would come to steal oranges or something, this entity would send him a picture, and he'd get up and go out and take care of the kids. He said one day this guy came, this being seemed to like him and left with him. So there's things going on all levels, everywhere you wouldn't even imagine. So I think the big thing is kicking back from desire, kicking back, and just watch. Just watch what's going on, but also listen, because you have the inner music, the inner voices, the inner, too much outwardly pulls you into the physical world too much. And then you start thinking everything is physical, everything is out there. How can I find God? Let's take a spaceship. Sorry, wrong dimension.
It's interdimensional.
Yeah, when you're talking about something that has no limits, nothing to bind it, what do you call it? You can't call it God, because that's a limited being. You can't. What do you call it? So that's why I think the Eastern adapted consciousness, in quantum physics, we use the word intelligence to mean the same thing. So that sort of thing. What kind of words can define something is undefinable, something that's infinite? You can't. Any word will define it, and that's where your problem comes in, is defining. This is creation, and that's what creation works on, is definitions, the mind, programming, memory, energy from the emotions to drive thought, things like that. But when you let all of that to the outside, what exists? And that is you, and you're driving this whole big machine of yours. And that's the fun part of learning about that.
Wow. let me ask you about something. I think very practical for people, which is and the spirituality is as well. But